Okay, so it's time to do some plant maintenance. Oh dear. Okay, so first of all, I gotta get my calatheas down because now that it's starting to become spring, they're getting too much sun. So I'm gonna pull them away from the window and move something else that might like the light better. Some succulents or something. But I need to wipe leaves down. I haven't wiped leaves down in a while. I'm gonna see if you guys can see the dust. Here, I'll go to this one. It's in the shade. But they're dusty. And what I usually do, see that? Yeah, oh yeah, that's bad. Okay. So what I usually do is I'll get a little hand towel. I wipe them down with dial soap. And I just wipe down all the leaves because you can see they're all dusty. So let me get my little wash rag. Time to go. Okay. So I just have a little towel and then I put soap on it. If it's a plant that I notice has mites on it, I use paper towels. But this one is pest-free as far as I can tell. So I am going to use the wash towel. And Merlin is eating the wash towel. All right, let me put them up so he can't grab them when they're not in my hand. Believe it or not, I actually did take him outside and play with him. But he is feeling extra spunky today. I just have to get some of this done before I work. Please don't. Gotta end up. I have better leverage over him. And then I'm just wiping the leaves. I said I do use Dial, that antibacterial gold, but I'd say I am no horticulturist. I am just a hobbyist, and I noticed for me that works. It's the soap I use, so I use it on them, and so far so good. So luckily the leaves are big, so it goes quick. Merlin, please. I took all the toys out of here, and now he's like, I'm the toy. All right, hold on. Here. Let's get one of your squeakers. And then I do one with the soap, and then you'll see it does leave a little soapy. That's also how I can tell the ones that I've wiped and the ones that I've missed. And then I'll go by, I'll rinse out my little towel. This one here, let's see, I got maybe 2 years ago. Most of my plants, I was fortunate enough that I got them before the pandemic, so I got them at nice prices and didn't have to sacrifice a lot to get them. And luckily, while he is very interested in what I'm doing, he leaves the plants alone for the most part. Which you can see, he's not interested in the plant, he's interested in what I'm doing. For a minute there, I thought I contradicted myself. Sit down. And this is all I do, just wipe them down. It really doesn't take long with this plant because her leaves are so sturdy. And then once I have them all soapy, I go rinse out my little towel. And now there's no soap on it. I'm gonna just go through and wipe the soap off. This one is way too heavy for me to take to the sink. Most of them I just take to the sink, but for the big ones like this that I can't lift, because she's gotten much bigger. When I first got her, I want to say that's even bigger than what she was. Let me see if I can turn it. I'd say I had maybe 3. Yeah, because these ones here, the biggest ones, are the original ones. But then this one came, and you see here, down here in the middle, there's another one popping up. And those are the ones that have came in the last couple of years since she's been here with me. Her I usually give water to every week. Just trying to go in order so I don't miss wiping off any of them. And she's dry right now. That's why you'll see some of these leaves are curly, because it's actually, I gotta water her. So I'm gonna clean her and I'm gonna water her. And she usually is somewhere near the window, is where she either, when I had her downstairs, she was by my patio door. And now that she's upstairs, I have her by the window. She usually gets indirect light because of the way that the sun goes. These are east windows that she lives by. So usually as the sun is going across the house, she'll get indirect light. But when I was on vacation, I actually got to see some that were huge. I'm talking, I have to post some pictures. They were bigger than me. Like, I'm a big girl, but these were huge.
This is in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands.
All right, I think I've wiped all of them. There's Merlin's hair on that one. That's gone. And I'm going to do the clean wash towel one more time to make sure I got the soap off. All right, now I rinsed off my little towel. And I'm just going through a second time to make sure I got all the stuff off. And after this, I'm going to water her thoroughly. She's not my oldest plant, but I've had her for a couple years, so she's definitely one of my best doing plants. She's getting up, she's waist high now, and has all these limbs. I love it. I recently got another one in another color, but this one's my favorite. And even though this is what I do for her, you have to remember what works in my house is working under my conditions, under my heat, my light, my humidity. So just watch your plant, because different plants I've taken different tips on from people and they didn't work in my house for my plant under my conditions. So be mindful of that too, you know. All right, I think she's ready to get watered. This pot has a hole in it, so I can give it a good soak. And not worry about the roots getting rotty. So I go with it. I'll give it water. I was taught long ago, when you water them well so that the watering goes through. You want to see it come off the bottom, and then you're done. All right. There we go. All right, I'm going to put her back in place. And to give you a close look at her. Each of her tips has something happening. This one here is a little further along. And this one is the newest. It's not all the way done opening up. You can see she's light. And then there's what will be the next part. So, very pretty. Yes, I do the fungus gnat traps. I have issues with fungus gnats like I imagine others do. But I really enjoy her. She's gotten big. And I really do enjoy her. Okay, so she's on wheels. That's how I make it. And let me find the short side goes against the wall. And I just shove her into place. The cabinet plants don't require the sunlight, so I don't have to worry about this plant blocking the cabinet. They have their own lights. When I want to, I go over there and I pull them out, rotate which ones I have around the house. So, now for this one. All right. So this Dieffenbachia I've had for a long time. My mother gave it to me, and it was a cutting that she had rooted in water. So it was maybe like this. It had a couple leaves on it, and she said, I don't have another pot for another plant, so you take this one. So this plant I've had a long time. I've actually taken a lot of cuttings off it myself and given those away because it loves to grow. And I'm doing the same thing. I have my soapy towel, and I'm just wiping off the leaves. You see, it needs water too because the leaves are starting to get curly. So I'm just wiping off the leaves. And again, she doesn't have any problem with bugs, so I am comfortable using my little towel. It's a refresh towel because I do at least rinse it off between plants so that if there's something going on, pest-wise, I don't take it from plant to plant to plant. And if I have a plant that I know has pests, I just use paper towels. So I just wipe the leaves off. And I follow the shape of the plant, using my hand to support the plant. That way I'm not just banging it around. Again, leaves are big, so it's helpful. Just checking the bottoms, make sure that I'm not missing anything. Okay, I go rinse out my little rag. And now, same as with the rubber tree, I am going to wipe the soap off the leaves. Every plant in this house seems to know it's spring coming. It's February, but they know it's a nice day outside. All right, let's see. I do have this one staked up. She gets floppy when she needs water, and if I don't notice, I'm afraid she's gonna break, so I just stake her. All right. I'm happy with that. All right, so here's a close look at her. So she does have a couple points, but she's got a couple leaves trying to come in. It's nice. It is nice. And I just like her. Each leaf is a little different, and you see her dirt. She's dry. She's dry in there, so I gotta give her some water. And again, like with the other, she has the pot that has the drainage holes, so I water her thoroughly. I use distilled water. All right, so now I'm gonna do the rest of them. I won't keep you on for every single one because that would be way too long of a video. So I'm gonna go ahead and just wipe all the rest, and I'll see you later. Thank you for coming. I hope your day is great. All right, and the day has came to an end. I just wanted to add an update on the calatheas that were shriveled looking in the window. They have recovered. They're looking a little better. By tomorrow, hopefully, they'll look all the way better. That leaf there is still turned up because it is nighttime and they do fold up at night. But by morning, she should be back to normal. Have a good night, everyone.